We are live. Oh. Make sure we got volume. Yep. We have, what up? Get here. He's with us today. And we're listening to some of his favorite stuff. Hopefully it doesn't get strikes, but it's Hay Bear. He loves Hay Bear, which I'll try to get it into. It's basically, you got 3 strikes. But it's basically dancing fruits and veggies. He loves that, and just bounces and goes to town. Can't stop, won't stop. Food today. I ate a protein ball earlier, banana earlier. We got 1 protein ball for the run. We've got raspberry lemonade. So we've already scored that. And something new. Don't puke. Something new. An Element, LMNT. Watermelon salt. We got a bunch of samples put in our bags for the Special Kids run that ended up getting canceled because of naders. Tornadoes. You were never strapped in. Your mom never strapped you in. Going to town. Launch yourself. I know I'm in your way. Okay. I know, it's exciting. Okay, so how far do we go today? Don't know. We're just gonna start going. I know all the Hay Bear songs, so I'll probably be mumbling those. No, I do not want to update. Manual start. There we go. She's going. Walking pace. Oh. I'm going to turn that a little bit, buddy. Sorry. Yeah, I know them all. They kind of go hard. There's some good ones. We actually on a road trip, we just found the Hay Bear Spotify playlist and bopped to it. And little dude wasn't even in the car with us. Okay. So yeah, both my race and the Shasta Ones race that we were kind of getting hyped up and psyched up for, neither of them happened because half the country had naders. And once again, we had a very close call. I need to look at the damage reports, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't on the ground when it went through our neighborhood, but like the track went basically on the very corner edge of our neighborhood. If it would have been on the ground, probably would have been about a quarter mile, half a mile away. And I saw where it went across the interstate because they had the interstate blocked off, and it was, you know, just a hop, skip, and a jump from our exit on how it went over. Second time in 2 years that it's gone through our neighborhood. But fortunately, all good. It was windy. We didn't get any hail at our house. That part of the system did drop a bunch of hail about 10 miles before it got to our house. Maybe it just ran out. But no damage. We had, I think our biggest gust, yeah, ran out of water. I think our biggest wind gust here was 79. I don't think we had any wind gusts in the 80s. The new fence held, which is awesome. There's like one post that was going back and forth quite a bit, and I'm gonna do like a rebar reinforcement on it just for future storms. But I mean, 83-mile-an-hour wind gusts, can't expect it to be perfect. But my posts are meant to like hold up to 75-mile-an-hour sustained winds. And the direction the wind was coming, there's no break, so my fence is like just catching all of it. But did really well. No damage to the house. A lot of water. Right, buddy? And of course, he was laughing the whole time. Well, so was I. How far we go today, bud? Probably not too far today. But for next week, I think I have decided, as kind of a belated Down syndrome awareness, because Down syndrome awareness days on the 21st, 3/21, it all makes sense. And I don't even think it's national, I think it's World Down Syndrome Day. Anyway, I think next week, as kind of like a belated celebration of that, we're going to do the treadmill half marathon. Yeah. So, be looking forward to that. Just mentally prepare myself. I think we've done 12 miles a couple times on here, but man, there's just something about getting to 13 on a treadmill that I think I've only done it 3 times before that over a 5.5 year period. Ugh. I don't know, but we're gonna do it. And then also kind of experimented with doing some gameage and some camera angles I might be able to pull it off to where maybe the following week we do a gaming run. Then it's just kind of what game do we choose, or do I leave it up to other? I don't know. Well, maybe I pick out like the 5 games that I think I could do semi-decent at while I'm running, but they're probably going to be PS1 or PS2 games, because the PS3 games that I have they're like mostly just sports, hockey, football. All right, do a little bit of stretching, then we're going to crank this thing up. You ready, buddy? Are you ready? Off stream and pick your best car first. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of. I gotta change my watch. Kind of playing with the camera angles, and I think I can set up the mirror to where you can see the TV and the treadmill at the same time. It's just I gotta work on like the perfect spot. It's a little tricky. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I got time to play around with it a little bit. I'll play around one evening, get it figured out. But I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna attempt it. I don't know how many miles we're gonna do. I'll have to do a couple tests on just being able to run. I'm holding a controller in my hand. But we'll figure it out. The play actually, honestly, might be see if there's a PS3 game, because that controller is wireless. But I don't know, we'll figure it out. But let's get this thing rocking. Off we go. So if the math works out, I think yeah, I think we're at 69 miles total ran on stream. So if we get 8 to 10 done today, because I don't know how long I'll go today. It's kind of late. It's been a week, and I ran between Friday and Sunday. I ran like I think 30 miles. So maybe we get like 8 to 10 in tonight. Finish out my week. Do maybe a bigger run on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Back it off just a touch. Rest on Monday. Treadmill half marathon next week with semi-fresher legs. That might be the goal. And then that would put us around So there is a possibility that the gaming run stream might be the 100 miles barrier. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe that's the play. Maybe it's how far can we get into the game before we hit 100 miles. I like that idea. Say I have to back it off a little bit, because normally, like, I keep this thing at about a 9-ish minute pace, somewhere around there. Sometimes a tick faster, sometimes a tick slower. But while I'm gaming, that might be closer to like a 6 mile an hour, 10-minute pace, or slower. I'm just trying to imagine holding the controller, watching the TV while staying straight on the treadmill. It can be done. It's just gonna be awkward running like this instead of like this. Just do a training run. Got the extra mile shirt on today. Oh, which reminds me. So, I did some research on DSDN and their fundraising program, and it's a huge leap, but I figured why not go for it, you know. But for DSDN to donate a portion of the fundraising, well, they'll match a portion of the fundraising, which I think they'll match between $500 and $1,000, and send it to a local organization. We have to hit 5,500. Yeah. But as I'm thinking there, it's like, I'll be honest, I feel no pressure to like raise thousands of dollars, but there's also no reason why I wouldn't set that as the goal. And so I set it as the goal. And you never know. We could get there. People have been so generous already. We hit the minimum requirements with like, we got over 2 months left. So, hell, we've already reached the minimum requirement fundraiser. Let's just go for it. And I think I'm going to reach out to some like local businesses here and try to get them more involved, put a little bit more effort into getting the word out locally to my own community and raise some money that way. There's a lot of great local businesses that love to donate and partner, and like several restaurants will do like a portion of the proceeds evening, and you can get people to come in, and if they mention, you know, the fundraiser when they check out, they'll like put 5% or 10% of that money will go towards that fundraiser. So kicking around those kind of ideas. So we'll see. A little bit higher of a goal, but I'm going to put some higher effort in getting out there and getting the word out. So that's a two-way street. All right. So I believe it is time to taste the Element watermelon salt. And I did look up the numbers. It's got 1,000 milligrams of sodium. So it's quite a bit. So the watermelon salt might be the real deal. Here we go. I actually really like that. I actually like that a lot. This is my first Element. I've never had, I know they're really popular, but I've never had any other products. Well, the numbers are good, so that's already going to be a decent high. So, not the biggest salt on the watermelon fan, but I love melon. I love melons. That is good. It kind of has a little bit of that cucumbery melon Gatorade vibe to it, which is one of my favorite Gatorades, especially in the summer. But this is sweeter. Mild. That's a solid 18 chromies. That's good. That is really good. I like that a lot. And I have, I think, 3 more flavors. Maybe 2. 2 or 3 more flavors of that to try. So we'll probably do all 3 of those during next week's half marathon. I don't know. I'm a huge liquid IV guy, but that might have to go into the rotation. Number 2 on the list, okay? That's huge. Granted, some of my favorite liquid IVs we have not tried on stream because we buy in bulk and we just don't have a lot of flavors at one time. But what I might do is go out and grab, just some single packs of the liquid IV and do some of my favorites. I know they're going to be hitting like 1920s and 21s. But that's good. That's right up there with liquid IV. we give that one a 2 thumbs downs, which from now on this stream, that's really good. That's going to be the new thing. Tastes shitty. Tastes great. Tastes wonderful. You yawning? Little dude be yawning back there. He's wearing himself out. Got the bouncers. Yeah, he's tuckered out. Come on, man, we're still going. Oh, there he goes. He bounced in. So, yeah, so DSDN, we raised the goal, and I'm going to put in more effort to get to that goal. A little bit more strategic, reaching out to people. Special kids race canceled, but they're doing virtual, so I have until the 23rd. I think, yeah, the 23rd to upload a time for the 15K, which I think I'm going to attempt that maybe Thursday. We'll see how I feel. I don't know, because if I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna go for it, and we're gonna try to beat my time, regardless of where I'm running. Which a 15K is 9.3 miles, and I've got to average 7:51 to beat it, which I think is possible for me right now. So maybe if I time it right and bring my running clothes with me, I honestly can kind of run it on part of the special kids course. Can't run on all of it because a lot of it's like side streets with no sidewalk, but a lot of it's in like a park in the Civil War battlefield, the Stones River battlefield, which is a great place to run. So I might actually attempt that. We'll see. See how I fare. I know we talked a lot about racing last week, and it was a great week for racing. F1 was rainy and chaotic. Great opener. Yeah, the F1 race was absolutely nuts. I watched it the next day, and I knew it was going to rain, so I had a feeling it's like, yeah, it's probably going to get crazy, because the first race of the year is always nuts. Because usually one of the rookies botches it in the very beginning, and true to form, especially with rain, that definitely happened. And then rain always levels the playing field between cars, so it becomes more of a spec series between drivers. And all those drivers are so good, it's just bunches the field up a lot. So it was good, it was entertaining. And 12 Hours of Sebring was also over the weekend, which is one of the best endurance races in the world, and it did not disappoint. It was also pretty nuts. that course is, Sebring's an animal. It's a beast. Very taxing, super bumpy, tight turns, not very wide. And well, it's wide in some sections, but really good racing. Definitely recommend watching like a extended highlight reel of that 12-hour race. It's worth it. What else? Haven't watched MotoGP, but I think Marc Marquez is, well, I think he was true to form. I think that was the headline I saw, but I still need to watch that. And then I think IndyCar returns this weekend. I think. We shall see. It's hard to keep up. I don't know where NASCAR was. Where would NASCAR be? I don't know. What's up? Hey boy. Yeah, I can't remember where NASCAR was. Too long. I just watched the Dakota race last night, just trying to get that under my belt because I love that track. And they did a new layout for NASCAR on that track where it was, they cut out the north section of that track. Also a good race. I hope IndyCar goes back to COTA. It's a really fun race with IndyCar because F1 at COTA is fun, and you know there's such a downforce animal car that you know they set pretty hard track limits for F1 there, but NASCAR obviously, you know, it's like there's a couple sections that they set track limits, but they kind of just let them go. Well, they kind of let IndyCar go there too, so like watching IndyCar make the turn coming out of the front straight, they don't make them stay on this side of the curb like they do F1, and IndyCar can just send it, and it is wild seeing open wheel cars just fly into that extra section and then try to get back onto the track before the pavement runs out. Real fun. Maybe they'll go back. I love Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and the road course there is like a quintessential European style road course. And it's fine. Turn 1 there is pretty exciting for the road course, but I'd give that up in a heartbeat for IndyCar to go to COTA. What else? Oh, and since we are running and training for ultras as part of this little experiment, those of you who care about those races, the Barkley Marathons are underway officially, which is awesome. Hello. So, if you're into that, it's kind of like, ooh, how do we compare? UTMB is kind of like, I feel like UTMB would be like the Super Bowl. Yeah, probably. Or like, UTMB would be like the World Cup. Hard Rock 100 would be like the Super Bowl, maybe. And Barkley, whoa, how would you compare Barkley to that? Barkley would be like, man, that's tough. It's so in its own world that I can't even compare it to anything. Barkley would be like if all of the all-stars in a sport all decided to get together and play an all-out game in their backyard. And it was kind of like a secret that everybody knew existed. That would be like the only comparison. Yeah, I mean, it'd be like, so if we stick with the football analogy, UTMB would be the Super Bowl. The Hard Rock 100 would probably be like the All-Star game. And Barkley Marathons would be like if everybody from the All-Star game played a game at one of their houses, no cameras, no nothing, they went all out, and you just heard rumors about it. That's kind of the best way I could describe the Barkley Marathons. If it was baseball, it would be the same thing. Just all the best players playing at some like little league field out in the middle of nowhere. And they kept it tight-lipped. If you're not familiar with the Barkley Marathons, there's a couple really good documentaries on it that gives you the overview and kind of lets you dive into what it's really all about. And I think the best one is I think it's just called the Barkley Marathons, the race that eats its young. I want to say it came out by this point probably 10 years ago, around there. getting probably close to a decade ago by now. That's a great one. There's a couple runners that have made their own documentary that more or less concentrates on their journey to the Barkley Marathons and their experience there. And those are great as well. But as an introduction, the race that eats its young, I think, is probably the best. Wild. The creator of it, who goes by Laz, is sadistic in a way. 3 Mile. He comes up with some wild ways to push the human body to its limit. I think because of last year being the first woman to ever finish it did by I think has 90, like a minute and a half left to finish, something like that. But I think we're up to 20 different finishers for that race now. It's truly a race that is designed for everyone to fail it. So, pretty sure there's only 20 humans that have ever completed it. Now, there's some runners that have completed it multiple times, but I think just 20 different people overall. Crazy. But yeah, so that's going on right now. And the Shasta one kind of has a little bit more of a inside track and really pays attention to the updates and the ongoings. So anymore, I typically rely on him for all Barkley updates. Because honestly, before the Shasta was really following it close, you didn't know anything about Barkley until it was done. Pretty wild. Little dude's asleep. It's probably going to be done eating soon. Yeah. If you don't know, little dude is tube fed through a G-tube in his stomach. He's got a machine that pumps formula over a period of time, and we have it set to where his feed goes over the course of about 45 minutes to an hour. So when it's done, his machine will beep, and I'll have to go and turn it off. Then you have to flush his tube, give him an extra dose of water. He can eat. And he's slowly but surely eating more and more like real food. But just not enough to where he can take in enough calories to supplement not giving him his feed. So it's definitely a balance. Pretty common in the Down syndrome world. But speaking of, a lot of information and resources available through DSDN and all that stuff. Different taping techniques, cleaning techniques, different medications, what's the best gauze to use, all that stuff. I guess if we do the running and gaming stream in a couple weeks, if I can pull it off, we might have to change it from fitness and health to actually probably a gaming tag, but I'll let Def decide that. I don't know if that would be, if it'd be better to do that and then go show up game. But oh, there it is. That's the beep. Stop and watch. Whew. So now I'm going to take this and flush his tube. Success. Alright, I'm actually going to hit the restroom before we get started again. He didn't wake up, but she sleeps through just about everything. I shall return. I guess, Deft, is there like an overlay or something? Like if I'm gone, we could put like a, we'll be coming back shortly or something like that. I don't know how to do that, so might want to add that at some point, but we can figure that out later. gonna stream from a computer, yes. I don't know about mobile. Interesting. I will look into that. See if there's probably some kind of like third-party app that you can run simultaneously that can do that stuff. How do you know it's almost spring or in spring? The soap dispensers that the wife puts out is white tea and sage. Okay. Crank it back up. On the road again. Get some of this watermelon salt. I know someone in chat that would actually really love the Element watermelon salt. You missed your Jimmy Cornbread. Oh yeah. I think normal kids would woken up with that, but since little dude is a NICU baby, he basically spent the first, over 3 months of his life in the NICU, where everything is loud, it's beeping, there's kids crying. He sleeps through anything. Put the vacuum right next to his head. Doesn't faze him. Just calmed. Doesn't matter how loud the music gets, how much the dogs bark. Just crashes through the whole thing. Yeah, well, big same. We actually bought one of those signs that goes near our doorbell. It's like imprinted, it says, "Baby in the house, do not ring doorbell. The dogs will bark. He will wake up, and we will hate you." Something along those lines. Well, we kind of just bought it for ourselves. He doesn't wake up when the dogs bark. It doesn't really disturb him at all. It's for our sanity. 4 miles in. He enjoys the chaos it creates. Yeah, he's pretty much unfazed by any loud noise. If he's like about to fall asleep, he's like his eyes are starting to close, you can maybe startle him then, but that's rare. He's fallen asleep in his jumper like 5 times before. And a couple of times we had no idea because he'll still be using his legs to like bounce in his jumper while he's asleep. Kind of like when dogs run in their sleep and they're dreaming. He does the same thing. That's because I think Down syndrome is just the dog gene for humans. Full of energy, just an abundant amount of love, unconditional love, and just always happy. Yeah, they're just dogs in human form. Shane Gillis actually has a pretty good joke in a bit about that. IndyCar sucks. And you, my friend, do not belong here. Yeah, there's definitely some people out there that think IndyCar sucks. NASCAR all the way. To each their own. Some people like that bump and grind. And some people like precision and speed. IndyCar's just NASCAR F1. Tony Stewart is a god. Is or was. Pretty sure he's not. Yeah, he pulled out of NASCAR completely. His team's not there anymore. I think he's pretty much all about his drag racing nowadays. Praise hell, praise Dale. Amen to that. So glad that Cletus McFarland just always started closing out his videos with that. I felt like he has passed the torch on to the younger generation with the praise hell, praise Dale. Do it for Dale, baby. Yeah, Earnhardt was great, but I was always a Richard Petty guy. Can't even explain it either. My parents didn't know why, but I was like 3 years old. I always just wanted to watch Richard Petty race. Wanted all of his cars growing up. I actually went to his very last race, which is pretty cool. I'm trying to think of what year that would have been, like 95, 94, Atlanta. I'll have to look that up. I'll tell you what racing that I love to watch, that like Saturday mornings I would get up and watch it. It was swamp buggies. You don't see them around very much anymore. But man, those are fun to watch. I'm sure you can get on YouTube and watch some old school swamp buggy racing. Because they've changed over the years, but like in the 90s, some of your swamp buggies were like, man, they have giant paddle tires. Like, the tires aren't necessarily, or the wheels aren't like paddles themselves, but they're solid and thin, and you use them to steer, kind of like a rudder. Wild stuff. all them crazy Cajuns and rednecks in the bayou. Building some crazy swamp buggies back in the day. I'm sure it's still around, but like I said, I don't see it on TV anywhere. '92. Yes, yep. I've got that program somewhere. Man, 92. It has been a minute. Cool stuff though. I think Hooters was the big sponsor of that race, if I remember. I'm trying to remember the program. It's like the Hooters 400 or something like that. Wow, 92. Wild. So then, I think after that, some of the next big races I was going to were drag races. So that would have been like mid to late 90s. So doing like drags when, well, obviously John Forrest was still rolling, but like met Dom Perdone, Kenny Bernstein. That was like in his, I think his Budweiser era. And then went to, man, when was that next 5 miles? I'm trying to remember the next NASCAR race. Would have been at Gateway, which is Worldwide Technology Raceway now, but I still call it Gateway. Hell yeah. Budweiser and, let's see, Bud Heavies and Cow Killers. Get some Marlboro Reds, some Budweiser. But yeah, I think it would have been, that would have been like 96, would have been like the inaugural, no, I think that was IndyCar inaugural race at Gateway. It would have been like 96. And then the NASCAR race, I think it was actually Busch Series that we went to, because Kevin Harvick, he wasn't in NASCAR yet, which would have been what? Was it still the Winston Cup when Harvick got to NASCAR? But the feeder series was Busch, not Xfinity. And I remember my sister picking Kevin Harvick to win the race because he was cute. And he won. I think that would have been like 95, 96, maybe a little later, I don't know. Yeah, that's a very vivid memory. gonna win. Him. Why? He's cute. Fair enough, I guess. Yeah, I guess you can just look up Kevin Harvick wins the Gateway Busch Series. Whatever year that was. It's gotta be like mid to late 90s. I don't think we crossed into the millennium yet. Yeah, Def, you need a shirt that says, I'm in my Budweiser era. It'd be so good. Is Star Trek the same thing as Star Wars? Yes. It's the exact same. You can't even tell them apart. My favorite movie is when Spock and Darth Vader had a laser cannon battle. Got good old Captain Honker. When Jabba the Hutt invaded the Enterprise and took it over. It's one of the greatest episodes of all time. Alright, where are we at? Coming up on 6. Alright, it is that time of the stream where we consume the almighty protein ball. Makes you grow hair on your toenails. Made out of real bullhorn and grizzly bear scrotum in its purest form. They used to give out free Marlboro mini packs at the entrance of the races. Oh, yeah. Back when ashtrays came standard in cars still. Salted protein balls, similar, just the Ultra Man version, and it's the Kodiak ball. Made out of bald eagle teeth. You ever seen an eagle with teeth? Nope. Because they're all harvested, ground into a fine powder, and put in these balls. Here we go. Can't eat more than 3 in a sitting, or you turn into Genghis Khan and attempt to take over the world. It says that on the label. Man, speaking of South Park, I need to get caught up. I think there's like 2 whole specials that I missed. Alright, finish this last half. Little dude unfazed. Not wrong. There is some leftover St. Patrick's Day cabbage that I will be eating later. Because nothing makes me want cabbage more than running miles upon miles. Why they hand a banana out at the end of races and not just some steamed cabbage is beyond me, but to each their own, I guess. Yeah, here you go. And like, man, what a great scene. With an just a bowl of, no, screw it, just like a bowl of ramen. Just a hot, boiling hot ramen. Did Charlie wake him up? Okay, fine. He's chill. Yeah, in the middle of summer. What do you think, Char? Charlie, that's not yours. Okay? This little dude's. Thank you. Oh, I know. Why everybody actually tunes into these streams. The wifey. Wifey, you're being summoned on stream. Did I like the Ferrari race comms? Oh yeah, I mean, picking up right where we left off. Man. Like I said last week, I'm not like a big team guy when it comes to racing. My driver just so happens to be on a Ferrari, and it is soul crushing on some of the pit strategies and what goes through their comms. And man, there are some classic Ferrari moves this last weekend. Great stuff. Must be the water. Some of the memes that have come out. Oh man, they've been classic. Well, we'll add that to the words of wisdom. Not my favorite bottle in the world to drink out of while running, but my other water bottle was full of something that we've already scored on stream, so we're using a shaker bottle. Because I wanted something that we haven't had yet. I was curious about these elements. They want to see you.
No. I have frizzy hair, no bra, no underwear.
Oh, so you're giving him more reason? No bra, no underwear. Sounds like I almost need to end the stream. Danica Patrick is the goat. She is definitely a goat. That is for sure. At least switch to the just chatting page. Danica is my idol. That's a very low bar, but attainable. That is a very attainable bar.
There, I made an appearance.
There. You got some sparkle fingers in there.
Yeah, you can feature our...
Where's the mods at? Get these Danica.
You can feature our Vegas photo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, those were fun. Every woman needs a book. How's dude breaking nails? I just got handed this picture from our Vegas trip. Some friends of ours. That was a fun time.
Our best friends, not just any friends.
We have a lot of best friends.
Oh, I know.
When you get our age, your best friend counter definitely decreases. That was a solid trip. 10 out of 10, would recommend.
Donuts, cream puffs.
What?
Blech. Donuts, cream puffs.
Oh,
Chocolate
yeah.
tower.
Oof.
Make yourself
That
ill.
was a tough night. Amen. Beautiful people. Just a few southern bumpkins walking around the streets of Vegas. Love it. Not a lot of gambling, but man, a lot of food. All the food.
Talk about the TNA at home.
Oh, that's true. The wife months and months ago bought tickets for a new venue in Nashville. It's associated with the Pinnacle Tower, so pretty sure it's called the Pinnacle Theater. Anyway, we went and saw T-Pain. That was an awesome show. He delivered. And what's funny is, he might be streaming right now, actually. Yeah, he is. We were watching his live Twitch stream of the concert while at the concert. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it was, the crowd was definitely your quintessential millennial crowd. Too old to party hard, but not too old to party.
They're just ass on stage.
There was an ass shaking contest.
Your content may include significant profanity or vulgarity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I set my stream parameters that it's 18 plus. Yeah. I mean, I definitely don't hold my tongue very much on the stream. For better or for worse. 7 mile. Little dude still crashed out. Yeah. But yeah, Pinnacle Theater was great. T-Pain was great. Kind of a nice parking garage too. Parking garage is kind of under the main tower, so you don't have too far to walk. And then you said you found the stairwell, didn't you?
Yeah, but it was away from the tower. It was outside of it.
God, you're so spot on with that. I really like the dimensions of the parking spaces. The color coordinated leveling was great. But let's be honest, in that crowd, I definitely wasn't the only old person talking about how good the parking garage was. Turning into my parents, I think that happened a long time ago. I'm just Pedro light. How many people did that theater hold? 4,500?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, pretty good sized theater. Almost the entire theater is first come, first serve, with maybe what, 500 seats tops of assigned seats?
Yeah.
Between 200 and 500 seats. Because there's 4 rows of seats. But yeah, very cool. So if you're in the Nashville area and you want an indoor location and the artist is at the Pinnacle, you won't be disappointed. What time is it?
8:37.
8:37. We're coming up on 8 miles. Probably shut her down at 8 miles tonight.
8 miles.
8 mile.
Eminem's looking at you.
Yeah, Eminem is staring at me right now.
He's in the picture.
Did I back into the parking spot?
No, we have Carol.
No, because we were in the Corolla, so you just whip that into a tiny little spot. You can almost pick that car up and turn it around if you wanted to. Yeah, when we go downtown, we try to take the Corolla. Goes everywhere. Zip in and out. Not worried about door dings as much. And it's reliable. Yeah, let's get political. Hashtag favorite president.
I mean, trash.
Trash?
No.
No. No, we're good on that. I mean, honestly, I kind of do miss Kamala. It was like watching one of your friends' drunk moms get up there. Always a fun time. True. Some of them Pelosi pops. Where are we at? About a quarter mile left. So yeah, kind of wrap it up. Next week is the week we're doing a Down syndrome awareness belated run and going to complete the treadmill half marathon. The week after that, if I can figure it out, we will do some running and gaming. And that'll be interesting. I'll figure out the logistics and then we'll figure out the game. Deep down, part of me is leaning towards a PS2 game, but I do have some PS1 classics that might blow the dust off of it. I just now thought of it. There's a great single-player shooter from back then called Black. That might be a fun run through. Oh man. I guess I do have the laptop here. That's probably powerful enough to run League. Oh man, even more ideas are rolling. Yeah, it is a gaming channel. It's the game of life. 8 Mile. Lose yourself. Little dude. Dry. Take it to 13K. Just cause. But yes, another solid DSDN stream in the books. This little dude sleeping through most of it. Right now, 13K. Okay, go back there. You can see. Dead.
Her eyeballs
paws are open.
Hi. Hello.
No, he's out.
Yeah, he's pretty much to us. Hi, little dude. Yeah. See hay bear up there. The dancing peas.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, he was unamused. Unamused. So 13K in the books. Which brings, I think, our live stream total to, what are we at, 69A, 77 miles. So yeah, it'll be right at 90 miles after the half marathon next week. No, save. So then the gaming run, yeah, it might be 10-mile run to 100 miles live streamed. And how far can we get in that game before we hit the 100 miles? I like that idea. Is that your OCD going nuts? All right, thank you again. Next week, let people know. Half marathon.
Ooh.
On the treadmill.
Maybe I'll get on the bike while you're
Oh, the hot redhead said maybe she'll get on the Peloton at the same time. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll hold you to it.
It was on my leg.
Well, you have to now. You said it on stream. That's the rules of Twitch. We're gonna hold her to it. John Cena waiting to whoop his ass when you're yeah. We do have that John Cena in the corner. If you can see that, which I don't think you can. He's got a couple John Cenas in his room. Which now that he's turned heel, I don't know. All right. Next week, half marathon, DSDN, and the awareness, all into one, big stream. Thanks everybody. Thanks Deft. We'll upload update the spreadsheet, and I'll have plenty of new stuff next week to rate, and we'll go from there. Shikabana. Peace.